Hello guys, my name is Cerubellum,
30
this is
seconds
Academy
to
of the
battle.
Ancients, and we are going to be doing a replay review of an Ancient Apparition game today. I had a lot of problems with Ancient Apparition, pronouncing him for some reason in the last replay review I did, but hopefully this time it'll go better. So yeah, he's a really interesting hero. Right off the bat, I think you made a bit of mistake here. At level 1, by far his most powerful ability is this Chilling Touch. I hope you can hear me over that horn, by the way, but by far at level 1 his best ability is this Chilling Touch. And I'm just gonna quickly it's a bit weird because it does lower your allies attack speed, but what it is it's an area of effect. Like if you were to cast it right on top of yourself here, it would hit you and it would hit the alchemist, and it would give you a whole lot of extra damage. So the damage you can see at level 1 is 50, and that's 50 on your right click. It gives you 3 attacks at 50 damage on your right click in magical damage. So that's with just 2 heroes, that is 300 magical damage. So if this was a tri-lane and you had this at level 1, that would be 450 magical damage. Like, that's an insane nuke. Like if you look at Unstable Concoction, which is already a really good nuke, that's 150 physical damage at level 1. So 450 magical damage is a huge deal. Like even if you reduce the attack speed, at level 1 your right clicks are, it's basically doubling his right click. It's so insane. So, and this thing, the cold feet, super hard to hit. It's a follow-up thing. You have someone else stun the target, and then you put cold feet on them so that the cold feet duration runs out while they're stunned and they don't have a chance to move away. The way that works is you cast it on someone if they remain within a certain area of where you casted it for a certain amount of time. In the start it is 4 seconds. Yeah, it's 4 seconds consistently. If they're there 4 seconds after you place the stun, placed it, then they'll be locked solid, kind of like Crystal Maiden's Frostbite, except this one does a lot more damage, and yeah, it's just really quite good. But it's it's really hard to hit. Honestly, I think it's the weakest of his 3 abilities here because it's just so hard to land. So I don't agree on this first spec. Should definitely have been Chilling Touch, just for the, if nothing else, for the harassment potential. In general, very hard to run this hero in a pop game, just because he's got no straight up stun, and he's a bit weird. He can have teamfight contribution from any other map. A lot of people don't know how his ultimate works. A lot of people doesn't know how his abilities works. So I wouldn't really recommend it for newbies. It's kind of like when you play Bane in a pop game and people don't know how Nightmare works, and they end up stunning themselves, or nightmaring themselves, just taking the Nightmare. And that's the thing. I love playing Bane, but I don't do it in pubs anymore because I just get so sick and tired of seeing my teammates just get nightmared of. So here I think the Radiant side did a bit better did a bit better of a job with blocking the creeps. So they have moved the creep equilibrium. That's the line where the fighting happens between the creeps. They've moved that down successfully, so this is a bit more safe for them. Yeah.
Mission middle.
So now what we're gonna see is you're gonna be harassed a bit because you're up against a bounty hunter and a warlock, which is a weird lane. Like bounty hunter is usually a solo, where this is a more traditional lane. But in a sense, it's pretty good. Like they have a greedy guy, core in bounty hunter, and they have the warlock who doesn't necessarily need farm when he's played as a support. He can also be played as a carry, but if he's playing as a support here, this should be fine. Here, a bit out of position, should have definitely been further back. Like this is getting even pretty dangerous. Taking a lot of damage here, so that was definitely not good, not okay. And so far we can see what the cold feet has done for you, and that's not a lot. Ancient Apparition, he needs specific backup. See here, the cold feet's gonna it's gonna land because it doesn't know what it does. So that's actually gonna bring you pretty close to a kill here. Yeah, so I guess that kind of works out because it didn't know what it did. Else he could have just moved back. If he had just moved back all the way, then he would have been fine. And now the bounty hunter's gonna get caught by it as well. So that's gonna, yeah. But even at level 1, it doesn't really do much at level 1 because it's like, I think it's about 50 damage. Yeah, it's 1.25 stun duration, and then the damage over time is 37.5. So it gets a lot better as you level it up. So I view it more as a mid-game thing once you have some levels, like 1 or 2 levels in Chilling Touch, and then go over to the the cold feet, especially the ice vortex. This thing has a ridiculous cast range. Like, you can cast it from so far away. So that's why that's a lot better skill, and it's a pretty good slow. You can just straight up use it to prevent people from escaping. I like these levels in Chilling Touch though. This is gonna make it a lot easier for them to get kills. If Alchemists can land a good stun and they can get the Chilling Touch down, that's pretty much what they're trying to do. I think that's the good thing they've got going for them. If they can open up with an Alchemist stun and then have the Cold Feet and the Chilling Touch as a follow-up, that'll really be good for them. Like, seriously good. So we've just reached 3 minutes. I'm gonna look for yeah, there we go. Flying Courier, probably bought by the, doesn't say, but I didn't think see the gold core down here, so probably Crystal Maiden or the Vengeful Spirit picking up that. I don't like the just sort of harassment use of your mana here. This is, you know, you're pretty low now, and this thing has a massive cooldown. So, you know, you need to use it in important places. It's already had half the cooldown is already gone. Like, it's gonna help Alchemist get a few last hits, but is that really worth it? Like, it's 120 mana. It's seriously a lot. And now you're all out of regen. So that's not super good. But yeah, in dual lane versus dual lane, this isn't where this guy shines. Again, it would be much better with a tri-lane here. Just have the probably the Vengeful Spirit come up, just really get some right clicks going, get that extra stun. Crystal Maiden could also work, and some good disables on the other supports here. Like, I hope this Vengeful is running a core, because Crystal Maiden can't, and they need 3 cores, 2 supports. I haven't ever seen yeah, their bounty hunters just straight gonna run outside of the range of the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
yeah, of the stun there. Oh, and Alchemist just gonna go back and die. Because he probably thought that the Warlock had backed, but he had vision of him there, so big mistake there. And I don't like this. Okay, it does get better, and they do have had some success with it, but still, it's, if the enemies kind of realize what the fuck it is, then they are, you know, it isn't gonna be pretty. Now, he bought even more regen here, and I don't like this at all. Like, I don't think buying regen, aside from the first bunch, isn't really that good. Like, you're just delaying. Like, that could have been boots. That could have been a lot of things.
I think not.
Yeah, these cold feet cast, these need to just not happen, because they're not doing anything. Like, it's a follow-up stun. That's what it is. Treat it as such. You don't have any kind of spam ability. Like, 150 mana isn't something you just throw out. So that really hurts to see. That I think it's definitely should not be used like that. What you could do, yeah, this looking for a pull here obviously is really good. Went over here a bit early, but you know, that's what you do when the creep equilibrium is moved so far down that you can't effectively be there to take the farm. You try to move it up again with this. So he needs to grab one last hit here, then go down to this camp down here and drag those up. Yeah, now he should. Yeah, he is. I think he is going to do that. Yeah, so that's really good if he can land it. It's a bit hard to do. Looks like he's gonna time it decently though. See, yeah, perfect. So, but the Warlock spotted it. So it's still gonna move the creep equilibrium, but it isn't gonna be as effective at denying the creeps, because the enemy saw it and can just go down there and take the last hits, and maybe even take the camp as well. So in some senses, that's pretty much the worst case scenario. But still, you know, the wave got pulled up and the Alchemist got farmed, so it's a bit of an even trade there, I think. It would have been better if they hadn't discovered it and they had been able to just deny the whole wave. Oh, really good there. That's that follow-up I talked about. Alchemist though, kind of squishy. Does a lot better in a tri-lane in my opinion. If they had Crystal Maiden over here, or the Vengeful, I don't know, it's really, they need an offlaner, solo offlaner really bad. This is one of the reasons why it's hard to run Ancient Apparition in a pop game. Even though he's doing fine right now. Like, the Alchemist is, I don't think the Alchemist is doing fine. Oh, he's already died twice, though it's a bit even. Oh, good hook there, but fudge. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Looks like they're actually doing really well down here. And it's because they're up against Queen of Pain and Sven. So that's a horrible lane. some really bad lanes down here. But now you've got the Ancient Apparition ulti. We just saw 2 low heroes down here, so you could actually have looked for his ulti down there. A lot of players just use it around themselves, which I think is a huge mistake. It gets a lot better the further you throw it, because when people aren't expecting it, and they think they're safe around the tower, you can just kind of nuke them. Oh yeah, he's looking for it. Yeah, there we go. He's sending it to the bottom tower. Doesn't look like it's gonna hit though. He's trying to project where he was gonna go, and it's gonna whiff completely. But you know, nice attempt. Would have definitely killed him if they hit him, but you know, you couldn't really know if he was hitting back or just hanging around here. Like the radius is just so huge. He didn't keep vision on it, but the radius is just so huge that you can actually try to hit someone from that far away. Like if the radius gets bigger, the further away you throw it. It's actually only half the, 2/3 of the mana of the cold feet at level 1. It's so insane. Such a good ability. This is honestly why you get him, because it's just so good. He could just try to throw an ulti on this guy.
Behold my searing chains.
Burned.
Now he's gonna be really close to the.
Bottom is missing.
Is here, and so
Oh. Close there. I think pretty good reactions there. He didn't actually hit the Ice Blast, but what had happened is passed through it. And when it passed through, you get the persistent effect, the damage over time, and the if you go to 10% of your HP, you just die. But you don't get the initial burst damage, which is obviously something you want. Like it's 250 magical damage, which is pretty really good for 100 mana. Like this thing is really good. Oh. So not going so well just now, kind of equalizing for their teams. Oh yeah, he should look for an ulti here. Oh, that's way too far. Like in this situation, I think it's better to set it around the tower. Oh, actually it's gonna hit. Could hit. Oh my god. Oh, it didn't hit. It didn't hit. Oh, that was close. That was a good attempt though. Like that was so close. Like But you know, usually I just aim for a tower in case they hang around. But yeah, his instinct was on, and it was pretty close. And it's only 100 mana. When you're up at the fountain, you even regen it, so that's really good. Here, Ember's just gonna run away. If he can land his ulti. Oh, that didn't hit. Oh,
Radiant structures are fortified.
I feel like he's being really unlucky here. That should have hit, I think. Oh, that was close. I really like that ulti. Yeah, so you can probably sell it. It's not a very, it's very weird hero to play. He's very good at defending towers though. Maybe it should have been spent up there though. Trying to get a kill on their mid laner is really good though, if you can get it. And he honestly could have there. It was pretty good. Honestly, stopping it at the trees is maybe pretty bad because of the way the pathfinding works. It's not so good. Yeah, so here he can just send his ulti in, I think.
let's get intimate. Going. I'll just cut losses.
Now, if he had taken an Ice Vortex, he could have just put one down there. It would have been really easy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, and he did hit there, but I think he got the he only got the pass through there. How did he's missing a lot of these. It is a very hard ability to hit, but it is also a huge payoff. Like it also blocks healing. It's just a complicated ability. You know, it does damage over time. It blocks healing. It just, you know, it's really good. But honestly, not getting at least a point in Ice Vortex is a huge mistake, I think. And now he should not head down here. Like he should either, you know, yeah, because you know he can't contest that. But he should get the Ice Vortex.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Your queen.
Good
Radiant's
kill.
bottom tower is under
I don't know
attack.
why I was paying attention to that. Maybe he was looking for a place to put down his ulti.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There, he can definitely put it down.
Missing bottom.
Dominated.
He didn't though. Don't really know why he's suddenly being a bit stingy about it. Oh. So yeah, overall, I think the biggest mistake so far is the the skill build. I don't like maxing out Chilling Touch. It doesn't get that much from levels. Like it's a lot better now at level 4 than level 1, but it also, you know, it costs a lot of mana. Like his 2 abilities here costs a lot of mana. Like 150 and 104, that's a lot of mana. Especially Cold Feet, I don't like the emphasis on that. I think it's much better to put it in Ice Vortex. It's a lot cheaper, it has a lot bigger range, and it's a more straight up ability. Here you should definitely look for an Ice Blast just to contest things. Yeah, just put it right here. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful. So that's a dead bounty hunter just to the DOT. There, I think he only gave himself the extra damage. He's actually gonna die to the thing there. Yeah. So good ulti there, really showing off that ability there, but the engagement overall pretty mediocre. Like they actually pretty bad. They lost the tower and they traded 2 for 2, and it was too high priority to their cores, in my opinion, for 1 core and a support. And honestly, bounty is the least. Like, it doesn't really matter if bounty dies. It's more the Ember Spirit and the Sven. Those are the 2 that really need to be up for them. Or maybe the Queen of Pain, I don't know. But yeah, that would have been a completely shit engagement without the Ice Blast. So, really good use of Ice Blast there. The rest, not super good. Like, you saw that how it's so hard to get Cold Feet to land. Like, now it does a lot. It does 3.5 seconds. So that's 75 times 3, 150, 225, probably, let's call it 250 magical damage. So that's not amazing, not for a level 4 ability certainly, but it's something. Oh, good hit. And now Bounty's utterly screwed. Yeah, might even get the Queen of Pain. No, it's level 1. Yeah, probably not gonna get the Queen of Pain, but she's gonna be so hurt. Oh, good attempt there from Pudge. So a very tricky team to have here. Would have honestly loved to see, you know, if you have some sort of ganker on your team, like there's Pudge. Pudge is pretty good. You can just, if Pudge takes a really hard target like a Sven or a farmed Queen of Pain or something, and hooks them, just plant your ulti on top of him and it is guaranteed hit. It will help him kill him off. It'll kill him off faster to make it a little bit safer for Pudge. So that's really good. But it's also, you know, it would have been better with like a Clockwork it's better with, or an Invis hero like a Nyx. If you can coordinate it, it's really good. So again, he's a hero that he doesn't have a straight up ability. He has this, which is sort of a straight up stun, or straight up slow. He has this weird stun-ish thing, and then he's got these this Chilling Touch, which is also your enemies or your allies actually knowing what it does. It's just not a very useful thing. Here I think he should definitely use his ulti. He is using yours, good. But he's using it on the clump of enemies in here. Oh, he's gonna get the Warlock. Warlock's gonna die.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So he did get the Warlock. That's, you know, good, but I don't know if I think it's good enough.
Radiant's top tower
He's just gonna
is
stand
under
and
attack.
fight. I don't know if the Cold Feet's gonna be good enough to help him out here. Nope. So yeah, Alchemist comes in, gets the kill. Pretty good. Like, he's doing a lot of the stuff he's supposed to do, but he isn't, you know, he's the 2 things he's really good at is global support, which is doing well. The other thing is 5-on-5 fights because of the Chilling Touch, just giving massive damage. I think Queen of Pain, yeah, Queen of Pain's dead. So good use of his ulti again. He's using his ulti really well. He's not using this Chilling Touch super well. He's not using Ice Vortex at all well. and he's using Cold Feet better than I do, honestly. But still, just the ability is so hard. Like the thing he's really good at is either 5-on-5 fights because of the chilling touch, or global support. He's doing the global support part really well. He's doing the 5v5 fights not at all. Like we haven't seen him in many big engagements, and when we do, they've sort of been there. Now he should definitely put an ulti down here. He just isn't. He was just shopping, so that would have been a good opportunity. I don't know if he could kill anyone, but he could definitely, you know, force them back a bit. But there's no one that's low, so he's obviously just looking for kills with it, which is one thing I don't like. Like, you should definitely be using it just to discourage. Like, 2 of your cores out, go ahead, kill him off, and just get him hell, and then just see if you can just make move forward here. I don't think they're gonna be discouraged now by one ulti, but it's worth a try.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's also playing really greedy for support right now. He hasn't bought any wards other than sentry wards, which is obviously good. There's a bounty hunter. But you know, has he actually bought the sentry wards? I haven't seen him. But you know, maybe it was the alchemist, which is really bad in that case. But he hasn't bought any support items at all, which is something he should have done. Like, this is not a very farm dependent hero. If you can get up to Academics, that's great, that's awesome, but it's not really vital. And certainly not when you're laning with an alchemist, then you're a support, definitely, because the alchemist is a way higher priority. Like, he can be played as a support alchemist, but he's also a really good carry, so very versatile hero in general, alchemist. I don't know why he wants to get this close as AA. Like, there's no real reason. Certainly not if you're not going to use Ice Vortex better than you are. Yeah, and Ember's really good at escape, so Ember's just going to be out of there. Now the Crystal Maiden here is just consistently getting out of position. Really out of position. She was probably trying to put down a ward down here, which is bad. This is definitely a situation where these defensive wards are much better. So big mistake from our Crystal Maiden there. Yeah. There we go. Vengeful's gonna get caught out. Can't save her. No chance in hell. Gonna put down ulti, but that's not gonna do enough. And that ulti, I think, was honestly pretty wasted. There we go. That was a good Ice Vortex, but I don't know if it's gonna do anything. Which was a weird thing to say, but you know, that's a good situation to use it in. But now they're just kind of back. Their team composition is honestly a big problem. They have 3 kind of supporty heroes. I think another ganker or another global effect, like that Clockwork. Clockwork's a really good combo with AA. That would have been better. Now, like, solo AA, pretty much solo. Can't do much at all. Yeah, it is looking pretty grim for them, but yeah. So far, you know, I'm not a fan of his skill build. I think his items are pretty decent, pretty good. I think he's been pretty greedy. I think he should have gone more for supporty stuff. And I think, you know, use this Ice Vortex. It's really good. Try to 5-man it up, find a group and stick to it. Then help out solos with your ulti other places. Yeah, they're not down there. Don't scout with. You can just scout with Ice Vortex. There's no reason to scout with your ulti. But you know, it isn't the worst to scout with your ulti just because it is, you know, not a lot of mana, not a lot of cooldown.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ah!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Good ulti. Kind of weird, just running around out with bounty hunter. Not surprised that all the others decided to take the fight.
Dominating. Double kill.
Yeah. I guess they've sort of given it up at this point, which is honestly a shame.
Did you forget your safe word? Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, so at this point, you know, he's doing a lot, but he's not doing, you know, really good stuff, and he doesn't really have a he doesn't have enough right clickers on his team. It's also a bit of a problem. Because of the chilling touch thing. Like, Crystal Maiden doesn't like to right click. Vengeful, okay. Alchemist likes to right click. Pudge, not really a huge right clicker. He's more of an ability guy as well. So, not really a super good team for Ancient Apparition either.
You are a true friend.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So yeah, it's looking pretty grim. It's honestly not super much his fault. Like, he could have hit more ultis, he could have used his abilities a bit better, could have been a bit better of a support, I think. But else, you know, it's great. It's not super bad. So yeah, this is a pretty good situation to use Chilling Touch in. Yeah, just putting it down here. Good. Good ulti again. Like, he's using that ulti really well, but the rest of his abilities are just sort of missing in action here. Go. Ember Spirit's gonna go down. He does. Probably. Isn't he? No, they just killed off all the DPS before the cold feet come in. It's just that 4-second wait is too much. 4-second wait is just too much for that ability to be really useful.
Middle tower
It's
is
just so long. 4 seconds is eternity. So it is, you know, it's so hard to land. To me, it's almost like he could not have this ability and it would not matter. Like, it comes into place so little. Like, if you can trap someone in Clockwork's cogs, it's pretty good, because then you guarantee his hit. If you have a disruptor and you can guarantee a hit like that, it's pretty good. But if you can't guarantee a hit, like with a Chaos Knight stun, like, that can also be good enough to can also drag people back into it. But else it's too unreliable. It takes so long for it to come into effect. It takes so much planning. It's really, I really don't like it. Like, it's such a bad ability. I think Vice Vortex far better, far better. Yeah. But yeah, it's a difficult hero to play. I think he's done it pretty well. I think, you know, I think you should maybe definitely go for a mana boots. Like, I don't know if he's been low on mana that much, but, you know, if you want to go for Ice Vortex, and I think you should, go for a mana boots, and you can be more generous with this ability. It's really good. Like, it's just because try to cast it at the longest range you can. It's really long. Like, he can probably cast it out here, like in the edge of the screen. It's super long. Like, it's such a good ability just because of the range you can cast it at. And this guy really loves to be able to cast stuff at range. But you do need you really need a team rating to team blah blah blah. Okay. You do need your teammates to know what this hero does and to react to it properly, and to have a good team composition for it. And that's when he can really shine. And those conditions just haven't been here. As well as, you know, yeah, not quite making the most of this Chilling Touch. But honestly, I don't think this loss can really be blamed on him. It's more of a question of his of the team composition not really being there, and of some of his teammates probably not performing much, being caught out a bit too much. But it's a bit tricky. The other guys played pretty well.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So exactly what went wrong here, it's hard to say.
Very cool of you.
But I don't think, you know, this was a reasonable Ancient Apparition game. It's just really hard to find a good pairing for this hero, especially at the lower levels in pubs where people really love dual lanes. He isn't that good because Chilling Touch benefits so much from there being the more people on your side, the better. I've like stuff like an offensive tri-lane or Just to try it in general, he's
Radiant's
really
top
good.
tower is under attack.
For now, we're pretty much just waiting for the end. They've lost Rax. They haven't taken a single tower. It's kind of one flaw of their lineup as well. They don't have any pushers. The other side has Warlock. It's really good at it. So, he's just gonna die now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're gonna lose bottom Rax now. This is pretty much gonna be the end. I'm just gonna fast forward it a bit.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are
Hodge.
Dire's bottom barracks. Dire's bottom barracks
Being
has
butthead.
fallen.
We're just
Radiant's
gonna
top
see.
tower
Yeah.
is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that's definitely the end here. So,
Dire's middle tower is under
just
attack.
gonna set it at 1 speed. This has been a replay review. I am Cerubellum. I'm from Academy of the Ancients, that's what we call it. If you'd like to have your replay reviewed, send it to AcademyOfTheAncients@gmail.com, and we will maybe take a look at it if you think we have, you know, if you think it would be entertaining and something you can learn from. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and consider subscribing if you have. That's gonna be the video.